Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and CIVIVI's got a new knife out. This is the RS71 Flipper. Now, it's kind of a boring name, but the RS stands probably for Robert Sanisclacci, which is the name of the designer. It is an exquisite knife that, to me, has significant hints to the classic Fairbairn-Sykes British fighting knife. This is not a short knife. This thing is over 9 inches long. The blade, they're saying, is about 4 inches. I measured just a touch under, but 4 inches seems to be the magic number for a lot of jurisdictions, so be careful out there. Here in Montana, there are no knife laws, except don't do bad stuff with your knife. That's about it. You can carry any knife concealed or in the open. Doesn't matter the length, doesn't matter how it's deployed, doesn't matter if it's a switchblade. That's how we roll here in Montana. Your mileage may vary, but anyway, if you look, this is the green micarta. It's actually a canvas micarta handle. Beautiful expression with hints of flare on the blade out there. It's a Nitro V blade. It is a single side sharpen. Of course, here in Montana, if I wanted to sharpen that, I certainly could, but I'm not going to. It is kind of reminiscent also of maybe the old stilettos, the Italian stilettos, or the original switchblades. One of the things I really like about it is the slimness. Now, I've gone into a couple of other knives. I call this a CEO knife, you know, where you actually had something with a very thin profile, thin blade. This has been one of my favorite Benchmades. This is a Mel Pardue. I don't know if this one's still made anymore. It's got a spear point blade, of course, only sharpened on one side, not on the other. Uses their axis lock, and it actually has an axis kind of a launching mechanism built in, so you can flick that out a little bit easier. Super light, paper thin. I often wish, though, that they had designed the pocket clip as deep carry. I don't understand why they did that. Look how far down you go. You know, that would be your pocket. That's how much of it sticks up. I am big into deep carry pocket clips, but just an excellent all-around kind of office knife. You know. Anyway, the other thing I really liked is these kind of classic guards right up on the front end. Now, the Fairbairn-Sykes was notorious for snapping off right here at the front end of the handle and also breaking the tip. Now, if you look up what that knife looks like, you'll immediately recognize it. It is a fighting knife. It was issued to quite a few different fighting forces, but it is wildly impractical for most standard jobs. And it doesn't seem to last terribly long as a fighting knife. This one, I'm not recommending you fight with it, but it does have that that guard that I like. I don't, just for the look, for the operation of it. That's one of the things that I liked about the Benchmade Claymore here. By the way, on the Claymore, it does have Morse code for FTE, front towards enemy. I thought it was full-time employee, but anyway, so that's one of the things I really liked, is a smaller handle with a guard. That appeals to me. And the moment I saw this thing, I thought, excellent, got to have one. Rides in your pocket, as long as you got a long enough pocket, rides great. Not fully as deep as I'd like, but pretty good, and plenty of spring in this this pocket clip, even though it does have some artistic flair to it. Feels great in the hand. The overall weight on this thing is 4.2 ounces. Now, there are two other versions of this. There's that both have G10 handles. One with a kind of a stonewash blade and kind of a distressed black-white G10, and then another one that's a black blade like this with a black G10 handle, very similar. I'm just a fan of micarta. I just like that feel for something like this. And those actually weigh a little bit more. They weigh about 4.6 ounces instead of the 4.2 ounces of this. Big old lanyard hole, but the symmetry on this is really nice. Now, it is not perfectly symmetrical, and there's a reason probably for that, in that if it's perfectly symmetrical, your chance of making an error of which side of the blade is the sharp one. But if you looked at that, you could actually, because of the way that the spear point runs down, it's just a hair off at the end, and that's deliberate. to show you which end is the sharp side. Some of these, if you run it right up to the middle, if you actually get this into kind of a little shaded light like that, you can't tell which side is the sharp side because it's so symmetrical. So, and then also the handle is fairly symmetrical except for the lock. So which is the sharp side is kind of the thing. This one, there is a slight orientation, but not much. I love the little belly swell here. Not quite a canoe as far as the shape of the handle, but it fits great in the hand. That's a full-size, nice long handle. Easy to operate as, you know, a launch with the thumb stud or the flipper there, or if you wanted to try to flip it on the front end, you can do that. So, you know, using this part of the guard. But overall, I think it's a winner. This one's going to sell for around 93 bucks. Its retail is about 109. It's caged bearings. I was trying to think of a joke for that. I have not seen a ceramic bearing in the wild. I think all the ceramic bearings have been captured and have been put into knife pivots. So again, a caged ceramic bearing. CIVIVI logo comes with the usual CIVIVI stuff. Beautiful expression of a knife that there are probably not that many places you can enjoy this as much as I can. Anyway, with that, Doc out.